What is up, everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. And today we have another LSAT related video. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the resources that I used to study for the LSAT. So if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Rachel. I graduated from UC Berkeley in the class of 2020, where I double majored in cognitive science and legal studies. And now post-grad, I currently work as a paralegal in environmental law litigation. I have taken the LSAT 3 different times over the past few years, so today I'm going to be talking about what study resources I think are useful, worked for me, compared to what study resources, a little bit less useful. First things first, I got the LSAT PowerScore Bibles. There are 3 of them for the 3 different sections of the LSAT. Logical Reasoning Bible, Reading Comp Bible, and then the Logic Games Bible. So these 3 Bibles, fairly expensive. They go for around like $200 for the pack of 3. So I've got the 2019 edition because when I was studying for the LSAT the first time, this is what I mainly used. I would say that these LSAT Bibles I think are worth it, especially if you're someone who really has no familiarity with the LSAT, don't know the sections, don't know anything about it. I think reading these are helpful because it goes a lot into like the background that you need to know. Like, okay, the different kinds of questions, how you answer these kinds of questions, even giving you information about what the format of the test is. So if you have no experience with the LSAT, I think these books are helpful because it will go sort of hand-holdy what you need to know for this test, what are the different questions, how do you solve these problems. And these are basically just books of background information. There are some like drills practice in here, but there are no like full-length exams or anything like that. I think with all LSAT studying, it does take a lot of discipline because if you aren't using like a tutor or a course or anything like that, it's all on your own time. Okay, you have to pace yourself. How many months do you have before the test? How are you going to read all of this? And then you start doing practice problems, practice exams. So you really have to have a lot of self-control and discipline to be able to self-study for the test. So I guess if you like reading, these books are a good way to go because you can pace yourself and then you are just reading all the information on your own, taking notes, tabbing the books, all the fun stuff. And then second, I also have these PowerScore Bible workbooks. So one in Logic Games, one in Reading Comp, and then one in Logical Reasoning. These basically supplement the big Bibles I just showed y'all, except this has more drills, practice problems, it'll give you the right answers, wrong answers. Sort of like if you're in college, the big Bibles is the lecture with the professor. These little ones are your like discussion sections with the GSIs, the TAs. So basically like extra material to help you hone the general material you learned in the Bibles. However, I guess I would say these aren't necessary to purchase. If I were to do it again, I probably wouldn't buy these because now with the LSAT being administered online, you really don't need pen and paper workbooks anymore because you can study using the online practice exams. Unless like you're a more pen and paper kind of person, I would say skip the workbooks and then just use the online materials to do practice problems. And then next up, you can tell when I bought these things because they are all pen and paper tests. These workbooks include 10 released practice LSAT tests that you can go through. So I've got 3 of these for the different LSAT administrations. Lots of practice tests. These are the legit tests that people have taken. It also includes like the Scantron and everything in here to simulate test day. However, like I just said with the workbooks, now that the test is taking place online, unless you have accommodations to take the pen and paper version, I personally wouldn't buy these again because I wouldn't want to study doing a pen and paper test if I were taking the online version of the test. So like I said in my last video about LSAT study tips, you want to simulate test day as much as possible. So if you aren't taking a pen and paper test, I wouldn't buy these. Similar to the workbooks, I would just use the online exams and then do the practice online. And then finally, for study materials, I used 7Sage. 7Sage is like an online LSAT study tool, basically. It's similar to like the Bibles where they have a core curriculum. They will teach you, okay, here are the questions on the test. Here are tricks on how you solve the questions. It'll give you drills to do. And then you work through the core curriculum. And then there's a bunch of real practice exams on there. And I really liked 7Sage because it also gives you a lot of really good analytics. So you can see on your drills or on your practice exams, okay, what kinds of questions am I getting wrong usually? What kinds of questions am I good at that I shouldn't study anymore because I'm doing well on them? I liked these analytics, so then I could sort of hone my studying, like, oh, I tripped up on a lot of weakening questions this practice exam, let me do more weakening drills. Or, oh, for reading comp, I can do drills just on art passages because those I found more boring than the science passages. Can be a little bit expensive. I just did the core plan, which was $69 a month. They have more expensive plans and even tutoring on there if you wanted to. But for me, I felt like I had enough discipline to be able to self-study it and just go through the core curriculum on my own time to be able to study for the LSAT. Which I guess is one of the reasons why I didn't pay for like a tutor or anything like that. Other friends who have studied for the LSAT did do private tutoring or a course, which may be mixed results for them, and also those kinds of study materials are very expensive. So for me, I felt that the 7Sage core plan hopefully would be enough with my studying. And also with the LSAT being administered online, if you did want to use those online study materials, you do have to like pay the LSAC people. It's like $100 for 1 year access to all of the previous practice exams. So that's an extra $100 that you have to pay on top of like the 7Sage program in order to have access to the LSAT questions because they are all licensed. The LSAT website, though, does have some free practice exams and questions that you could check out. So yeah, those are the study materials I used to study for the LSAT over the past few years. Not sponsored at all. And yeah, if you had any questions or any videos that you wanted to see me do, definitely leave a comment below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.